Hi everyone, I'm Jennifer Stempel and I'm with PJ Library here today to teach you how to make herb-infused olive oil. This is a perfect DIY project and gift for Hanukkah, and it's a great alternative to enjoy oil during this Festival of Lights. So this makes a great teacher gift, it makes a great grandparent gift, it makes a great gift for anyone who enjoys olive oil. Just attach it put it in a basket and put some fresh baguette in there, and who won't enjoy that? So let's talk about how we make this. First, we will need 1 cup of olive oil, and you're going to have your grown-up helper put that in your saucepan on the stove and heat it up over medium heat. And you don't want it to boil. You want it to get just under boil. And the way you know that your oil is hot enough is you'll watch for 1 single air bubble coming up. You don't want it to simmer, you don't want it to get to a rapid boil. You just want that 1 single air bubble. And when that happens, you're gonna turn off the heat, move it to another burner so it's not collecting any more heat. But while that's heating up, what you're going to do is get a 1/4 cup of oil for every 1 cup of, you're gonna use a 1/4 cup of herbs for every 1 cup of oil that you use. Today I'm using a fan favorite, which is basil. And I am using stems and all, and I'm just measuring that's exactly what I had right here. And you're going to use a mortar and a pestle. If you don't have a mortar and pestle, no worries. You can use a freezer bag, take all the air out, and use a meat tenderizer or a rolling pin. You really just want something hard that you can hit and bruise these herbs with. You really want to get them nice and bruised. This is a great job for the kids in the kitchen. This was my first job in the kitchen, in fact. When I was under 2 years old, I got to smash garlic. Okay, so we're bruising these herbs. My oil is heating, and once that oil is nice and hot, but not boiling, I am going to take it off that heat and put these fresh herbs that have been bruised into that oil and cover it right away. You might hear a sizzling sound, and that's okay. That's also one of the reasons why it's a grown-up job and not a kid job, because I don't want any of that hot oil to splatter. Remember, oil and water do not mix, and if you're going to use fresh herbs, make sure that you've dried them completely after you washed them. And when you bruise them, you're releasing their natural waters and oils and such, so that's what you're hearing splatter. So we've covered the oil with the herbs are in the oil, and we've covered the pot, and we're gonna let that steep for 1 hour. While it's steeping, you'll see that it's going to cool, but you want it completely cool before you do this. I have one here that I made, which was a rosemary one. Let me tell you, my kitchen smells amazing. So I'm gonna take a fine mesh sieve here and pour my oil into a measuring cup here. And I'm catching all of the little bits and pieces of rosemary because I don't want that in my oil. These herbs have done their job. They're fragrant and wonderful, but they don't belong in the final product. You can use them as a garnish on a dish, whatever you want, but not here. So then you can get your jar rather. This one I found at a store, Marshall's, I found this one. But I also have recycled caper jars. I have an everything but the bagel jar that I washed and rinsed and dried and all that jazz. And I'm just going to pour my finished oil straight into this jar. And you will store these in the refrigerator. And your kids can help you decorate the jars. You can make cards to go with them. They smell amazing. You can use any herb you really like the flavor of, because as you heat it in that oil, it's going to intensify. And you can use any jar that has a tight lid. This one I also found at the store, but this one I really liked the shape of. This is an old olive jar. So there you have it, friends. This is herb infused olive oil. It's really simple and it's really fun to make with the whole family, and it's even more fun to give as a gift.